Our world is threatened by terrorism, wars, killings, and various vices.
Its effects are mostly felt by women and girls.
Peace and security is a collective responsibility as it concerns women, girls, and boys. Join WANEP
on Women's Voices for Peace every Tuesday at 3 p.m.
on Women Radio WFM 91.7 as we engage on issues of women, peace, and security.
On Women's Voices for Peace
on Women Radio WFM 91.7.
The United Nations, through various resolutions, recognizes the disparate impact that violent conflict has on women. It highlights the fact that generally women have been left out of peace processes, reconstruction, and stabilization efforts. They recognize the imperative for the full and equal participation of women at all levels, ranging from conflict prevention to post-conflict reconstruction, peace and security. These resolutions, among a host of others, frame the women, peace and security agenda. Women Voices for Peace, in summary, is that radio show that hopes to attain female gender inclusivity, protection, and equality. And on that note, today on Women Voices for Peace, we'll be discussing violence, tolerance, and peace building in Nigeria. My name is Oludolapo Adewale, welcoming you to today's program. It's a lovely Tuesday afternoon. It's the 12th day in November 2019. And on the program today, we're looking at violence, tolerance, and peace building in Nigeria. And today's program is all about you, and you have the chance to call in and to weigh in on the discussion for today. Feel free to call us on our numbers 07000 917 917 090 256 25455. You can also reach us via the text message 0703 1756 537. And of course, we are very social. We are on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, WFM 917. Do well to send a comment and use the hashtag Women Voices for Peace or Women of 1325. That's how you do it on Twitter. Thank you very much. And we're expecting your calls this afternoon on the program, Violence, Tolerance, and Peace Building in Nigeria. We know Nigeria has a reputation for being a very violent country. In different instances, we've seen violence played out, and especially when it comes to election matters. In 2014, Nigeria was considered to be the 17th most fragile state in the world, and it was ranked 151 out of 162 countries in the Global Peace Index, a multidimensional report on violence, security, and criminality. This is a serious cause for alarm, and researchers have a role to play in ensuring that both the private and public debates are geared up and talked about about insecurity. However, many academics claim that crime is on the rise without relying on any data other than some scattered evidence here and there. Relating tolerance amidst the violent nature of the state, it is integral and essential to the realization of human rights and the achievement of peace. In its most simple and fundamental form, tolerance is according others the right to have their persons and identities respected. The recognition of tolerance as a fundamental component of peace among nations was a significant part of the historical climate that led to the emergence of the first modern rights declarations that culminated 3 centuries later. And I'm talking about the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Hence, it's really, really important to peace building and the nation. These concepts cannot be overemphasized. So today we're looking at how tolerance can be achieved in a state like Nigeria, which is seen to be a violence-laden state, a violence-laden country. The phone lines, like I said earlier, is 07000 917 917. The second line is 090 256 25455. But I will not be doing the talking alone today. I've got a guest in the studio, and of course, she'll be giving answers to our question and doing justice to today's topic. I'm talking about the Permanent Commissioner, Kaduna State Peace Commission, Khadija Awaja Gambo. Good afternoon to you, Khadija.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
All right, let's begin today's topic. I would like you to first, give an overview of what violence is all about. What do you think violence is, and what is peace building in its entirety?
Let me begin by saying good afternoon to fellow Nigerians and also appreciate all of us for our resilience in terms of all the challenges that we are passing through. Looking at violence, when we say violence, it's simply a term that implies to any harsh kind of attack on a person, whether on a person. So, and talking about violence, we cannot generally. It could be that kind of violence could be physical. It could also be, in terms of speaking to someone, and the violence could also be psychological. Let me give an example of psychological violence. Sometimes there's a way you speak to someone, and that causes some it injures the sensibility of that person to the extent that somebody will begin to even doubt what he's capable of doing. It causes a lot of psychological trauma on the person. It could also be physical, where you hit, where you injure, where you kill or you maim. Okay, that is physical. It can be a blow, it can be by hitting, it can be by pinching. There's also another kind of emotional violence. So a variety of things that happen to someone that could be termed as a violence. So, but violence is something negative, of course. It is a very negative thing. And let me refer us back to what you just said in your introduction of this. You talked about Nigerians now becoming a nation where many Nigerians have become violent in the way they speak, violent in the way they act, even violent in the way they look, to the extent that it has become like normal to us. And so we are beginning to deviate from our natural way of being kind, compassionate to people, to a situation where now, even in the way we speak, on the roads, in hospitals, in almost everywhere, at home, the way people speak, the way people talk, sometimes you don't know, you can't even differentiate between when there's a fight and when people are at peace.
True.
Because the tone of our voice has changed to that we are becoming very, very aggressive in the way we speak.
That's serious.
Unfortunately, Nigerians are becoming culturally violent, unfortunately. So, and that is a very serious problem for us, because it's a serious departure from what we used to be and where we used to be. And that's why this problem of rampant violence everywhere across the nation. People are experiencing violence. We no longer have any feelings. Somebody can be killed over nothing, over a simple provocation, or no even provocation.
Now, what do you think is the cause? To everything, there will be a cause for it. Can we really label it? Can we really pin it to something? Why is violence on the rise in Nigeria?
I think it's a total departure from our value system. Where, people, before 30, 40 years ago, Nigerians could do it very little. We were not materialistic. We were very content with the little that we have. And then, secondly, again, we became exposed to watching films that have violence in them. And so, most of these Indian films, some of these action movies, from Europe that are brought into Nigeria, Chinese films, where we see violence. And I think a lot of people began learning how to hit, how to fight, how to do this on some of these things that we used to watch. And then a lot of readings that people do. Again, coming into contact with other cultures and cultures that are violent, I think is one of the reasons why the Nigerians changed from what they used to be to what they are today. And then thirdly, again, the issue of drug abuse, substance abuse, has also led to this inhuman way of behavior that, under the influence of drugs, anybody can do anything. So I think some of it, and then again, we cannot also run away from the fact that when one becomes traumatized, of course, it's possible for somebody to become violent. So a lot of things have happened to, and are still happening to Nigerians, and I think that also has led to a lot of frustration, and the tendency of a frustrated person is to express his frustration through violence. So I think all of these things and other things have come together to change the attitudes of Nigerians into becoming people who are now, the potential. They have their potential to expressing, anger through violence.
And that's a sad narrative. In case you just joined us, this is Women Voices for Peace on WFM 91.7. And of course, today on the program, we are looking at violence, tolerance, and peace building as they affect a woman out there. Khadija, I would like to know how tolerance can be achieved in a state like Nigeria with all the things you put forward just now. How can tolerance be achieved in our country?
Well, let's answer the question. What do we understand by tolerance? I think tolerance is just the ability to appreciate the other person, the ability to be peaceful even when you differ in terms of the beliefs, in terms of the culture you come from, in terms of your political inclinations and whatever. So tolerance means that it does not necessarily mean that I agree with you, but that I can live with you, with the disagreements that we have. And it is natural for people to differ. In fact, we are created differently. So it is normal to disagree. It is normal to differ. But where one person thinks that he has absolute rights to express himself and not the other person, I think that's where the problem is. So disagreeing over so many things, I think it's normal. Even husband and wife do that. Children and parents do that. Amongst your families, you do that. Even intraculturally, you do that. People whom you share the same culture with, or even intra-religious, people you share the same belief with. We have some doctrinal differences amongst us, but our ability to appreciate, to empathize with that other person that I disagree with, my ability to respect what that other person sees or is thinking, I think that is what brings out that tolerance in me.
True.
That I am able to understand that, yes, that person that is saying this has his reasons for saying it, and he can justify why he's saying it. So I try to empathize by saying that, okay, if I look from the way that person is looking at the situation, perhaps it's possible that I might see it the way that person is seeing. So it means shifting yourself from that comfort position, from where you are, from your hardened position or stand, to the position of that other person and appreciating why he sees it that way.
Okay.
I give you an example of the difference in even faith, for example. And one of the commonest drivers of conflict in Nigeria, unfortunately, has become the issue of religion. And unfortunately, again, between the two Abrahamic faiths of Islam and Christianity, to the extent that, okay, as the two are insisting, for example, that mine is right, and okay, you have no right to express yourself in the way you can. So tolerating one another means that even as I'm a Muslim, I appreciate, yes, that person is a Christian. And I appreciate that why he is not called a Muslim is because there is something different about his belief from my own. And so I learn to respect even if I disagree with what he says. And so also, that is the expectation from him, to respect me as a Muslim. That yes, why I'm called a Muslim and not a Christian is because I believe in something different from what Christians believe in. And so there's difference. So let him also understand that I have the right to exist, that I have the right to express my understanding of my faith,
right,
so long as I do not encourage, so long that I do not cause any harm to him, so long that I do not become abusive and confrontational in the things I say to that person. So
All right.
respect
Respect is very key. This is still Women Voices for Peace. You can be part of the discussion this afternoon. Call us and let us know our peace building effort, what peace building effort you've done in your area, especially as a woman. We'd like to hear from you how you've mitigated in issues that could cause conflict. How you have gathered people together to actually perform some peace building processes in your localities. Also share with us what you know about the topic violence, tolerance, and of course peace building in Nigeria. The numbers are 07000 917 917 090 256 25455. The text message line is 0703 1756 537, and of course on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram we're at WFM 917. And we know that violence is not an end but a means to an end. And like you said earlier, without tolerance, peace is not just possible. It's not in the pictures at all. My question now is, how can we apply tolerance to ensure a peaceful Nigerian society in all ramifications? Now the two elections are coming up this weekend, Kogi and Bayelsa State, and INEC is already warning that violence is coming up. It is about to come up in some states of the federation, and is warning political parties not to take on violence. So, how can we apply tolerance to ensure that we have peace in Nigeria?
Well, like I said, it is just the ability to understand that the other person also has rights, just like you have. To also understand the other person has feelings, just like you have, and the other person also has aspirations, just like you have. And that all of you under this heaven, under this, in this earth, under the heavens, that you have the right to live, that you have the right to associate, that you have the right to belong. And so nobody can deprive the other of doing so. And I think that is what tolerance simply means, that live and let live.
Live and let live.
Yeah, live and let live. And then, so coming back to the question that you just asked now, which is very, very relevant to our situation now, is that, like I said, Nigerians, we will be deceiving ourselves if for once in our life we ever contemplate, not even in our wildest dream, that there will come a day that anybody will wake up, any group of people, community, any ethnic community, any religious community, that will ever imagine that there will come a day when you wake up and there will be nobody except you. It is impossible. It's just like thinking that, okay, one day there will come a day when it will dawn on us that we will wake up one day and we will only have one political party where everybody belongs, where everybody share their own ideology and whatever. It is natural. This world, it is natural to differ. Even when you belong to the same thing, your perception of it differ. So my calling, to Nigerians is that it is a divine will, and nobody can do that. That God has decided without mistake to put us over 250 something ethnic communities in one place called Nigeria. That is divine. That is divine design, and that no human being can alter this. No human being can change this.
All right.
God has this. Yeah. So for the elections, quickly, I call on us to understand that we are going into elections, not war. And the essence of elections is to elect or voting leaders that will lead us and govern us well. So we must not be desperate. We go, we cast our vote, and we move. It is not the end of the world. Other elections have happened. And I want to tell Nigerians that our insistence that it must be us, and the insistence in keep not change anything. Unfortunately, the people who must have died in the past elections are gone forever, and people are still living.
Exactly.
So we don't have to die for elections. There will always be another day. If my candidate does not win today, I pray we live long enough to see another day of election, and then perhaps he might come. How many leaders have lost elections several times, and they ended up becoming whatever they aspire to be? So we must not be desperate.
All right, desperation should not be there. at all.
Yeah.
It's 29 minutes past 3. This is Women Radio, Nigeria's only radio station for women and their families. And of course, the program is Women Voices for Peace. And on the phone, I have Khadija Awaja Gambo. Be part of the discussion this afternoon. Let's talk together about violence, tolerance, and peace building in Nigeria. Call us on our numbers 07000 917 917 090 256 25455. And my guest, Khadija, has been answering our questions. Now, we are particular about women and children and how peace and violence affects them in a way. How would you describe a state that is peaceful and an environment that is conducive for the women and children, especially when it comes to peace building and violence?
Well, I think there's no contestation as to the fact, the established fact, that in any circumstance, wherever in the world, whether in the South, West, even in advanced world, wherever there's violent conflict, the most affected, the worst affected are women and children. There's no contestation. Nobody is contesting that. So, having said this, then it means that peace is more relevant to women and children, because the absence of peace or the opposite of peace affects women directly and indirectly more than any other person. So if there's anybody that should be interested in peace or peace building or peace processes, are women themselves, because they carry the bond at the end of the day. So what we face, like some of us who work in peace building, who are busy doing peace building, some of the challenges we get is that each time there's violence and post-violence, for example, if there's anything like that, because post-violence, when you call people to sit down and talk and make peace and negotiate, one of the things that you find the men saying is that no, women didn't fight the war, and so they have no right to sit at the decision table to decide that there should be peace. And what we keep saying is, and I think something like that happened to me sometimes in Ethiopia, and I said to the men, I think it's the issue of Darfur. I said to them, look, it is true that we are not we don't partake in violence. But that is not to say that some women don't even join. But I think largely it is men affair. But I said, when you sit at the table, all you discuss as men is that you discuss the issues of men. And your issues never end. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
And I said, your issues are unending. But you have never been women, you can never be women, and so because you've never been women, and you can never be women, you do not know how women feel about the violence. And so allow women to sit at the table, to tell the world, to express themselves in the best way that they can.
They should be brought to the decision table.
Yes. Let them speak for themselves. Nobody can speak on behalf of women. Nobody has the right, because you can never understand how it affects. So let the women speak, even at that level. Let them say what they feel, since they didn't partake in the fighting. So women are as important as any other stakeholder on the table of peace negotiation. And so women have a lot of contribution to make. Again, if it affects children, it also affects the woman.
It comes back.
It comes back to if it affects the men, it's either her husband, her father, or her brother. So still, directly or indirectly, all of it ends on the table of the woman. And so women should be brought back. And I want to tell you this, that it is impossible, well nigh impossible, to have an enduring peace process or negotiation if you don't bring women. You know why? Because I have for years been involved in dialogue, mediation, and I have come to understand that each time you bring women to the table, they come with a different approach. When men are busy insisting on rights and work position and interests, women will turn towards what is the best solution out of the issue. So that is what women stand for. They are not talking about rights, because when there's conflict, when there's violence, rights are violated. So women have understanding of this, and their approach differ from the approach of the men. And so if you put women there, it's easier to get a buy-in of the men, because at all times the way the women talk will differ from the men, and so it will get to a point where the men will feel, oh, we are looking stupid on this table. I think there's a need to listen to this woman and begin to shift grounds and look at how we can negotiate and have peace. So no peace talk will be enduring. No peace talk will be positive if you do not bring the voices of women on that peace table.
All right, that's very interesting. Please call us on our numbers, 26 minutes to 4. The program is Women Voices for Peace, and today we're looking at violence, peace building, and of course tolerance in our society, especially as it concerns women. Let's find out whether you have been involved in peace building processes in your community out there. Share with us what you know about the topic, whether you're a man or woman, but we're interested in knowing you as a woman have fostered peace in your environment, in your community. What are you doing about making sure that we live in a violence-free society? And Khadija, you highlighted some things about our women are, the end products of violence, or they feel it more. The violence against women, we have different forms of violence against women, sexual harassment, sexual violence, physical abuse, and all that. How can the security of a country be guaranteed, or security of our women be guaranteed in such a hostile environment that they find themselves?
Well, I have always said this in almost all of the meetings, conferences, seminars, workshops, and wherever I find myself, that the discussion around securing Nigeria, is not complete when you don't bring in the concerns of women. I said that discussing just security and not discussing the insecurity around women is leaving out 50% of the population, if not more. Women constitute over 50% of the population of Nigeria. So their security complements any other security you are talking about. And so the issue of gender-based violence that we see happening around us must be addressed. But I can see that in most of the discussions today we talk more about crimes being committed. We talk about kidnapping is too bad for us. We talk about banditry. We talk about cattle rustling. We talk about ethnic and communal clashes and things like that. But nobody is giving any serious attention to the violence that is ongoing on the streets, in places against women. 50% of the Nigerian population. That's and people get away with it. How many women have been killed in their marital homes? How many? How many women have been rendered, useless in their marital homes, and nothing is done about it? And discussion about security has to be all-inclusive, has to take care of the concerns and plight of women. Imagine what is happening each time we have violent conflict anywhere in the country, in the north central, in the northwest, in the northeast. Women are raped.
Hello.
Yeah, women are raped. Women are raped. Sometimes even abuse on the women. Some security purpose. Yeah.
And I remember Amnesty International actually looking into that case a while ago, all the dynamics that play on in the IDP camps. No, I'm also particular about a country like Nigeria. We boast of a huge population. Some have put some figures. I've put it at 200 million people right now. And we have youth and women as a large percentage of our population. Do you think there's a relationship between the youth, violence, tolerance, and peace building in a country like Nigeria?
Yeah, there is, because, for example, let me isolate the youth and say that most of the violence that is being perpetrated is done by youth.
Hello, Khadija.
The discussion has been that some people are those who are sponsoring the youth, but the foot soldiers, of course, are youth. So if we are able to do the needful on our youth, meaning if we are able to educate them, if we are able to give them hope. If wherever we have hope, and when I mean hope, I mean employment and other things, and people, if they have skills to work, not just employment, but they are gainfully employed, and then they have skills to work, there's a place for them to earn livelihood, then we take them off the street. And if we're able to take the youth, greater percentage of our youth off the street, I am telling you, violence will reduce drastically. So I see a serious relationship between between violence in the country and the lack of engagement of the youth. They have become hopeless. The situation has made them so hopeless, and it is natural, not normal, that anybody who becomes hopeless can do anything, can go to any extent.
So apart from, hello Khadija.
Yeah.
Apart from employment, you talked about employment now. What other support mechanisms can be actually created to promote peace, especially to promote peace efforts by the youth, so that they don't go on to instigate violence?
I think it's multidimensional, to the extent that all of us have a say and have a stake in changing this culture of violence in us, which is alien to us, to a culture so that we revert back by default to where we are. And how can we do that? It involves everybody. It's a collective responsibility on all of us. For example, parents. Upbringing has to be looked into. It has to be reviewed. Parents have to show more responsibility. And when I say this, I'm directly, without mincing words, speaking to men as fathers. Today, we see more of women who are responsible for children than fathers. And that has affected the family, it has affected the children. The issue of rampant divorce has also affected children. Negative consequences on the children, because it's by design and that God decided to create the father and the mother. Each one has a role to play. And so if one fails to perform his duty, honestly, it will tell on the child. So parents. And then also the places we go to worship, whether it's mosque, whether it's churches. The things people learn in some mosques, in some churches, are some of the things that are driving some of this violence in us. Because some people teach extremism. Some people radicalize people in churches, in mosques, and I mean it without any apology. So people from worshiping places, from their religious institutions, somehow becoming radicalized, are ready to do anything. Believing that they are doing it in the God. So our religious institutions have to be monitored, checked, and make sure that to some extent we sort of regulate or or censor some of the things that are happening, some of the comments, some of the teachings that come from these places. And then also, the government has a responsibility. And when I say government has a responsibility, I mean that the government can do us good if there's provision of schools, and then employment is on merit, and so that I do not have to pay money to be employed, what we see happening around. So if we give hope to the people. And then also, when I say government, I'm also talking about impunity. What has encouraged the culture of violence in Nigeria is because people get away with whatever they do.
Hello? That's really gross. How can people get away with what they do, and at the end of the day, there's no penalty?
Yeah, so once somebody is not penalized for his action, then it's like you are encouraging him and giving a pat on the back that continues. So there's a need for people to be penalized whenever they violate any human being or when they violate the law. So let there be social justice in the country. People know, social justice. Let people feel, included. Let people have a sense of belonging. And I think that will go a long way in checking some of the things that we see happening with the youth.
All right, this is still Women Voices for Peace, and today we're discussing violence, tolerance, and peace building in Nigeria. Khadija Awaja Gambo is still very much here, and she's been giving us insight as to how we can connect these three dots together: violence, tolerance, and peace building, noting that without tolerance, we can't achieve peace, especially in a country that is as huge as Nigeria. Now, Khadija, I'll also like you to talk about building peace. It's not really an easy task. I'm sure it's more of action than actually words. How do you think you and I and the people listening to us right now at home, how can they as individuals achieve peace in our respective communities?
Yeah, I want Nigerians, my brothers and sisters, Nigerians, to listen to this very well. I started by saying that it is by God's design that we are created in this country, speaking over 250 something different languages and having too many different cultures and believing in so many faiths. Some people are Muslims, some people are Christians, some people are even atheists. They don't believe in God. Some people, they hold on to their traditional beliefs. And so, as diverse as we are, it is very, very important for us to, for once in our lives, accept that we have come, all of us, to see that no one is taking this country for the other. And so the earlier we accept our diversity, the better for us. So I think it begins with accepting your reality that every ethnic community in Nigeria, big or small, has a right to stay in this country and has a right to be treated as equal citizens, irrespective of your number, irrespective of your language you speak. It does not matter whether you belong to the Igbos or Hausa, or you belong to the Yoruba, or you speak Fulde, or you speak Kanuri, or you are Ijo, or you are Tiv, or whatever. Every Nigerian is equal. So when we accept that everybody has a right to stay, I think we have started the journey towards peace.
True.
Secondly, let us also appreciate that, yes, my own truth here is true, but the other person's truth is also true. That person must not see the truth through my own lenses.
Okay.
Yes. So if I say that, okay, this is the way I'm seeing it, and the other person says that is the way you see it, let me appreciate that we have a right to see it. And I think why we are seeing it differently probably could be because of the positions that we are all standing. Maybe if I stand where that person is standing, I will also see it the way he sees it. So let us appreciate our diversity, that people can differ, and that that I have no right to insist that that person must leave his culture, his belief, and join me. The best I can do is to preach in a persuasive manner, and if I'm able to persuade the person to accept my belief, then good. If the person rejects it, then whatever he wants to believe.
Okay. All right.
That is the second journey now.
All right. In case you just joined us, you're listening to the program Women Voices for Peace. And of course, we're taking your calls this afternoon. You can also send your text message to 0703 1756 537. And the phone numbers are 07000 917 917 090 256 25455. I think we have a caller. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Oh, sorry, we lost the call. Please try to call us back. 07000 917 917 090 256 25455. Don't forget, we're looking at violence, we're looking at tolerance and peace building in our communities. I'm also very, very particular about how some women have been at the forefront of peacemaking processes in different countries of the world. We know there are some countries where you see conflict and carnage every now and then. I'm talking about countries like Syria, Myanmar, Afghanistan, Iraq, North Korea, the Philippines. We can go on and on. Congo in Africa, and even our country, Nigeria. All those countries have been involved in one conflict, violence or carnage or the other. Now, let's look at the women who have been at the forefront of peace building processes. What can be done to encourage these people? Because most of the time they are attacked and they are really, really they are in arm's way all the time. What can be done to encourage them so as to keep on doing their peace building processes?
Well, what I think what I would say to the woman is not different from, it's not far from this. It is better to be working for the peace and face whatever than not work for the peace and still you will still suffer the violence that is happening around you. So, better we begin to work for it. But what do I need to say to encourage the woman? It is, we live in a world, I always say that, sometimes in a very sarcastic manner. We live in a male-oriented, male-dominated world where men feel that by right they are the ones to do everything. And so I think that is the beginning of the challenge. So when you come to talk about peace, even to sit around in the table of negotiation is not allowed. So how much more of you now negotiating and sitting and facilitating people to talk about peace? It's very, very daunting and very challenging. So one of the things you will face is rejection. Who are you to assemble us as men? What right has she, a woman, sitting us to talk to us as if we are fools? These are some of the things the men will say. But never, ever be discouraged. I have realized something, and I wish to share is a success story to women. Men tend to listen more to women at the peace table than they listen to the men, to men. And it is easier for women to convene meetings if you do your homework, if you work on yourself, if you know what you are talking about. It is easier for women. The women have more convening power than men. Sometimes they take it more serious when it is a woman asking them to come. They will say, look, we don't want to disgrace ourselves before this woman. Let's quickly go. And sometimes they turn their anger before women because they wouldn't want to look foolish. So women have a convening power. There's a charisma, inborn charisma in women that women are able to, I won't say push, but are able to guide men towards accepting to negotiate much more than men. So the task of peace building, which is very, very cumbersome, is less when you involve a woman because men tend to listen and use the positive change when women are involved more than men. So at the initial stage, it is always difficult. You will meet a lot of resistance. You will hear very, very unpalatable words. But if you know what you're doing, if you respect them, it's about ego. Men like to be respected. So respect them, tell them to tell you what to do, and then you are there already. So I always tell women that in this work, one needs to be very humble. We are in this work, but all we do is we facilitate. We don't impose our opinion on anybody. So respect the people you are convening, and you are there. They will tell you even more than you ever thought you will ever get. So it's very challenging but very rewarding. I'm telling you, personally, I can say as a testimony that I don't think there's any job I can do better than working for peace.
True. All right. On a final note, Khadija, I'll also like you to highlight the activities of the Kaduna State Peace Commission. What do you do? You're the permanent commissioner at the commission. I would like you to highlight some of the activities you do at the Kaduna State Peace Commission. Well,
quickly, by way of introduction, we need to know what Kaduna State Peace Commission stands for. It's a commission that was established in the year 2017 by His Excellency Malam Nasir El-Rufai, the governor of Kaduna State, as a result of the protracted violent conflict that bedevils Kaduna State. For over 4 decades, Kaduna has been experiencing violence. And so many commissions of inquiry, the panel of whatever, were constituted to look into each conflict. And what they kept saying is they kept suggesting, making recommendations that a platform to,
Hello, go ahead.
Yeah, that a platform to kind of initiate a discussion around the division, the concerns, of the people of Kaduna should be done. And so finally, Malam Nasir accepted that challenge and decided to put up. Yeah. So what is our function? What's our mandate? Our mandate is to prevent conflict. Secondly, to mitigate conflict where it has happened. And then initiate activities that will bring all of the different and divergent, ethnic communities to the table to discuss, to dialogue, and also sometimes if the need be, we mediate and then negotiations happen so that people will be at peace with one another. And so that's our mandate. And we do that through activities we call them workshops. Right. We sit even sometimes town hall meetings. We do a lot of media campaigns on trying to enlighten people on the importance and relevance of peace for any development. And so that's what we've been busy doing. Sometimes we do even interventions where there's conflict. Recently, the Kajuru issue, Kajuru was really burning. But the Kaduna State Peace Commission, together with the people of Kajuru and other stakeholders, sat down, and by the grace of God, we are able to at least find how to put the thread in the middle. And I think we are getting there by the grace of God. So essentially what we do is help the people of Kaduna to realize that they have no alternative but to learn to live with one another, and also to appreciate and respect one another, irrespective of whatever, and then at the same time also find a common ground where everybody will feel included, will not be feeling all of the perception of being victimized, the perception of being marginalized, the perception of being not included. And so we are talking, and I think we are getting there by the grace of God. So that's what Kaduna State Peace Commission does.
Okay, that's interesting. Where peace and tolerance will definitely prevail. I would like to say thank you to you, Khadija Awaja Gambo, the Permanent Commissioner, Kaduna State Peace Commission, for speaking to us on the program Women Voices for Peace this afternoon.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Thank you, and we wish you all the very best in Kaduna State.
Amen. And I wish all Nigerians a peaceful Nigeria.
A peaceful Nigeria.
Where love, respect will thrive.
Amen. Thank you. And you have a lovely day. Peace and love. That's what Khadija is talking about, where everyone will be tolerant of the next neighbor. And historically, we know that Nigeria is fraught with conflict, religious, tribal, ethnic. It could go on. And some of them are really life-threatening. Others are minor or pedestrian. Conflict management requires the application of resolution techniques to regulate the level and impact of disruptive conflict. And peace building seeks to develop constructive relationships across ethnic and national boundaries in order to resolve injustice and transform the structural conditions that generate violence. Now, the challenge facing Nigeria right now is how to make conflicts constructive rather than destructive. And we need to just come together to make sure that we build a Nigeria that works. We need to put robust peace infrastructure in place to play a preventive and mitigating role. And it's against this backdrop that the Women Voices for Peace have come to provide a framework for the protection of women and inclusion of gender perspective in peace-building activities. Women Voices for Peace is sponsored by WANEP, West Africa Network for Peace Building, with support from Norwegian Agency for Development Cooperation, NORAD, Women in Peace Building Network, WIPNET. Women Voices for Peace returns next week Tuesday by 3 p.m. on Women Radio, WFM 91.7. I'd like to thank the production team that worked together on this project, talking about Kels Okezi, Blessing Kale, and Anthony Dalmeda. Thank you very much for working behind the scenes. My name is Oludolapo Adewale. Let's make it a date next week, Tuesday, 3 p.m. by the grace of God. Good afternoon.
WFM 91.7.